Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Empress Siri and I am here to just have a little rant at you. I still don't have a proper setup to film any of this new series of videos yet, so you're currently just getting wherever there is like half decent lighting in my house at the time. So right now I have a tripod propped on a bin. Anyway, I'm here today to have a little bit of rant about our queen, our lord, our savior, Chappell Roan. Now, if you don't know who Chappell Roan is, or fuck have you been? Have you been under a rock? My tripod has just gone. Okay, we're filming from this angle now. As I was saying, if you don't know who Chappell Roan is, even my tripod is like, we bow to the queen, then you probably might not be on the queer side of the internet very much. Chappell Roan is an absolutely amazing singer, performer, drag artist. She's gorgeous. She's amazing. And I just want to have a quick chat about her, the thing that happened at the VMAs, about just what it means to me as an elder millennial watching people like her come through now, and just how special I think it feels for the next generation of people. So yeah, we're just gonna have a talk. I don't have a script for this. I'm just running straight off the cuff. So hopefully at least 10% of this makes sense. I guess we'll find out, right? So, as most of us have been introduced to Chappell Roan, it has been in the last few months. She has honestly blown up seemingly out of nowhere. So of course, because she's gotten popular very quickly, there are a lot of people pulling that she's an industry plant, she's set up, that she's somehow scammed her way to the top, but the actual opposite couldn't be further from the truth. Most of her really big hit songs that we're hearing at the moment, like Pink Pony Club, they were actually recorded like over a year ago, and her record label decided that she wasn't doing well enough, so she got dumped from her label, and she got re-signed, and then everything went viral, and now she is just this absolute sensation. She has a bunch of hit songs out at the moment, a whole bunch of them are topping the charts all over the place, and she is an icon, and I, for one, absolutely adore her. I think everything she stands for is fantastic. Her voice is stunning. Her lyrics are just gorgeous. If she's not for you, that's cool. This video is not for you, then out you go. But I personally just think that she's glorious. A couple of weeks ago, for those who don't know, I'm also a drag queen. For a couple of weeks ago, I was performing at a show, and the show finished, and the DJ put on Hot to Go. And I was still standing up on the stage because we'd just done our end of show, everybody cheer for our final performers sort of curtain call moment. And so I was still up on the stage, and Hot to Go came on. And if you're not aware, Google Hot to Go, Google the film clip, look it up here after you've watched this video. Go watch the film clip for Hot to Go. But basically there is a dance that goes along with the song. And so I can't actually, I've got a major shoulder injury at the moment, so I cannot do it with both arms, but we're just gonna do a little bit of imagining, yeah? All right, so it goes H-O-T-T-O-G-O. You can take me Hot to Go. And it is really, really fun. But like I said, I was at the club, and I was up on the stage, and that song came on, and just an entire club of people did the dance at the same time. It was it was such a cool moment of like human connection, and something about it just felt so freaking wholesome. And I've heard people call it the modern YMCA, and I can definitely see that. It's camp, it's fun, but just seeing that community spirit at this bar where everyone just, it made me so happy. A couple of weeks later, the song ended up in the shuffle list of an improvised burlesque show that I work, and one of our performers got it. And again, more than half the audience are doing the dance along with the performer. And it was so joyous. It was so joyous. I almost swore there, but it's probably not the best idea because this is YouTube. But it was just such a joyous, wonderful, wholesome, gorgeous moment, both of them. And I just think that's amazing. So if you don't know her, if you haven't heard of her, go look her up. She's amazing. I hope you should. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about the impact that she has on me personally. I cannot speak for other people, obviously. This is my video, it's my opinion. But for me, as an elder millennial, I grew up in a generation of Britney Spears getting chased and harassed by the paparazzi, of Paris Hilton being scandalized in multiple ways and not treated well, of Lindsay Lohan's breakdown, of The Swan, of all of these horrendous images of women and what women should be and how they should act and how they present and what's a good woman and what's a bad woman. And it was absolutely horrifying. The late 90s and the early 2000s has so much to answer for what they have done to a generation of women. It's just revolting. So watching people like Chappell come through and not only take such agency, but really throw it back, which is where we come to the VMAs. So, the VMAs incident, if you don't know what happened at the VMAs recently, Chappell was walking the red carpet, doing the paparazzi photography thing in a stunning gown with a giant sword, because who doesn't love queer women with swords? By the way, if you didn't already, I missed this part, Chappell is very queer, very gay. She's very open about being gay. Her music is very open about being gay. Very big thing. So anyway, we love queers with swords. Bye. Anyway, so a photographer swears at her and tells her to shut the F up. She turns around and goes, "Yo, shut the F up. You will not play with me, bitch." Or I think that's it. Don't quote me word for word. You get the point. Again, you can look it up if you really want to. I'm not going to put footage in this video because copyright and YouTube, and I don't need that. It's fine. I'm sure you've seen it. If you're watching this, you've probably seen it. If not, again, please look up the footage. It is iconic. Make sure you find a piece of footage though. This is one thing I really want to talk about that really gets me mad. So, when I spoke to my very good friend about this incident, he turned around to me and went, "Oh, someone said something to her too? The only footage I've seen is her yelling at the photographer." So that says everything, doesn't it? The footage has been cut so many times, and now since he's said that, I have seen versions of the footage that have been cut in news stories where they cut out the photographer abusing her first. They just include her losing it and making it look like a difficult woman and yelling and just having a carry on. But they completely cut out this fucking grown man being a total asshole to try and get a reaction. And he got a reaction. And of course, this has led to an online discourse of people saying, well, this is what she's asked for, she's a celebrity. She's been very open about being doxxed, harassed, stalked, her family having that happen, her mother, having people show up in places that they shouldn't know where she is, and how absolutely terrifying that is. And to have people manipulate this footage to make it look like she's being difficult in a point where she's being harassed, to me says so much. So let's talk about do celebrities deserve it? I can't believe I have to fucking say this. No, they don't. Full stop. Ta-da, there we go. Yay, we solved the problem. No human being deserves to be stalked, harassed, doxxed, death threats, have people show up at their hotel doors, whatever is happening with like crazy celebrity fans, which it is happening. It's very much happening. How is that acceptable? Why are we in a place where we're like, oh, well, they're famous, they asked for it? That is a very early 2000s attitude of you. That is not very demure. That is not very mindful now, is it? I just cannot. The amount of women I've been seeing in comment sections saying this as well. I'm sorry, did you get picked, sis? Like, I just can't with that. If your family, so she's blown up, right? I'm sure she never in a million years expected to be at the point where she's at with the crowds that she's pulling and the awards like that. Nobody expects it. You might wish it in your wildest dreams, but you don't expect it to actually happen, right? She didn't expect this to happen. So, for one, how was she supposed to prepare herself for that? Nobody can prepare themselves for that. The human brain physically cannot comprehend that. We got little monkey brains. We don't have the capacity to comprehend that many people and that much attention all of a sudden, especially as she's spoken about being an anxious person, struggling with anxiety. I cannot imagine, as somebody who struggles with anxiety, having that sort of crowds and level of attention, and then you add on stalkers and creepos on top of that, and then you add on people telling that you should be completely okay with the stalkers and the creepos. I'm sorry, no one's ever going to be okay with stalkers and creepos. What are you doing? So unless you're okay with your mother being stalked, maybe you don't get to say that Chappell Roan should be okay with her mother being stalked. Maybe just have 2/10 of human empathy for 5 seconds. Anyway. I'm just gonna... Yes. So we've had some water, we've calmed down. So besides the stalking and the doxing and the things like that, I am just so impressed by her tenacity and her ability to just throw it back. Like, anxiety is one of those things where it can really, really take it away from you, and you can really just lose the ability to speak for yourself. And there's something so empowering about watching her just being like, no, fuck you. Because... yes. 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 The amount of times in my life when I've had men screaming at me on the street for walking past in a completely normal outfit, and then I have not had the strength to say that back because I have not been safe to do so. And just to see a woman safe to do so when my whole teenagehood, I didn't have that. I had women being stalked, harassed, upskirted, driven to mental breakdowns because of what was happening to them because of the media and fandom and paparazzi and the newspapers and everything like that. And what it feels like what's happened is, so we don't let paparazzi do that as much, right? They still do because they're fucking assholes, but they don't get away with it quite like they used to. They're not allowed to be quite as vicious as they used to. Has the public taken up the role of doing that? Is that what's happened here? Because that's sometimes what it feels like people have done here. It feels like they've gone, oh, well, the paparazzi and everything aren't allowed to be as vicious, so let's just do it for them. And it's almost like we were given permission. Were these people given permission by paparazzi of old? Either way, it's absolutely messed up. And to see the way the public are just so nonchalant and okay with stalkers and harassment and abuse, it's just, no, nobody deserves that. And there's something so strengthening as somebody who survived abuse and a few other situations like that, to have something tell me as a woman that actually, no, it's okay. I'm allowed to do that. Of course, it's not always going to be safe and it's not always going to be an option, but there are going to be times when it will. And I'm going to feel like I have the power to do that. And I love that there is a generation of girls growing up seeing that. Because so many of us didn't get to see that. And I think that's really, really special. I think she's really, really special. I think everything she does is really special. I'm always in awe of people who get out there and are unapologetically themselves. I think that is so special and should be celebrated, and why would we want to be cookie cutter the same as everybody else? Like, but then again, if you also want to be that too, that's cool. I have no rules, except just don't be a dick. Don't be okay with stalking and harassment and doxing of people's parents. Like, I'm sorry, but what does poor little Mama Chappell, what has she done? Why does she get to be harassed? It's real gross, guys. It's real gross. But yes, so that I think is everything I wanted to say. I just wanted to talk a little bit about how, as somebody who grew up seeing the opposite happen to women in the media, to see so much media supporting her now. Like, of course, yes, there's always going to be edgelord articles who think they're cool, talking about how she's being a demanding blah, 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 blah woman. Of course there's going to be that. There's always going to be that. It's the internet. However, I'm seeing a lot of positive talk about it. I'm seeing a lot of people going, yes, it's about time these women felt safe to speak up. And I'm seeing a lot of other female celebrities and women in the media talking about how they have had situations like this and they have not felt safe to speak about it, and how they're all kind of banding together to hopefully make a new industry standard. Because stalking and doxing shouldn't be industry standard. Again, I can't believe I have to say that. So, yes, I think that is my ridiculously random rant about the icon that is Chappell Roan. I don't know if I really have a point to this video. I just needed to yell into the abyss. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. Do you like Chappell? What's your favorite Chappell song? Please let me know below, because I just want to know. I don't have a favorite. I think they're all good. My favorite changes on the daily. But right now it is Pink Pony Club, just because, I mean, you just walk around the house screaming it at the top of your lungs, and it's just so satisfying. It's just great. It's amazing. So yeah. Please leave your favorite song below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you don't agree with me, that's fine, but I don't need to hear about it unless you're being nice. If you want to be nice, that's cool, but if you don't, then wait. If you've gotten 15 minutes into this video and that's still your call, then thanks for the watch time, my bro. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. I do not have a new sign off yet, but take care of yourself. Be amazing. Keep growing. Don't dox and stalk people's parents. Bye.